Welcome to the Making Magick podcast. Magic is the art of intentional transformation. It's the belief that you have the power to light your own path in the world. This podcast explores how that belief manifests itself through self-care in our modern culture. I'm Denise, and with me is Ariana, co-founders of wellness brand mythmagick. Today, we'll be talking about creating a spa experience at home and answering the question whether or not showers are in fact the new bath. I know, it's a very popular concept that's come up on social media lately, so I just wanted to take the time to explore that. But before we get started, Ariana, I had a question for you. And what I really want to know is, what is one way that you've created a spa experience at home for yourself?
For me, this is very easy.
Oh,
So I have created a spa experience at home for myself because I listen to music when I'm in the shower.
mm-hmm.
And for me, that helps me to relax. I sing along. Singing helps me to relax. So that's all a part of my spa experience at home. What about you?
Um, I like to take very hot showers where there's a lot of steam involved. It tends to make me feel very refreshed, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I've got this spa experience, and I'm really all about the steaming.
Okay.
Yeah,
Steam
yeah.
is very important.
It helps clear, I'm getting a lot of seasonal allergies nowadays, so I gotta make sure I steam. Any other ways that you kind of create a spa experience?
Well, spoiler alert, I have been using our newest product.
Oh, tell me more.
Yes. I have been using shower steamers,
Mm-hmm.
um, and they incorporate essential oils into the experience. So it's really nice to kind of coordinate how you want to feel with which steamer you use.
Oh, well, I love to hear it, and I can't wait for our listeners to be able to have that experience. And that leads us to our next segment. So it is time for a little commercial break. Making Magic is brought to you by mythmagick, where luxury meets minimalism. They've created the finest products in one place so your wellness rituals are relaxing, clean, and inspiring. Check out mythmagick's line of skincare and wellness products at mythmagick.com. That's mythmagick.com. And now back to the episode.
You got to pay the bills.
You gotta pay the bills, got to. Gotta make sure, we have everything all lined up. So I wanted to kind of talk about this concept of the fact that showers are the new bath. Um, and so I thought the best way to look at this was to really talk about the bathing habits of millennials. And I felt like that would really support why I actually do believe showers are the new bath. Um, and that being said, here are a couple facts that I picked out.
Okay.
Lifestyle. Millennials are often associated with busy and fast paced lifestyles and may prioritize quick and convenient showers over longer baths due to time constraints. I can say that's a check for me because I am always busy. So I'm just like, oh my God, let me just jump in the shower. Environmental awareness. Many millennials are environmentally conscious and may prefer showers over baths due to the perception that showers are more water efficient. Showers generally use less water compared to filling up a bathtub, which aligns with environmental friendly practices. Interesting.
I would say, though, that really depends because there are people who spend a very long time in the shower.
Very, very. It makes me think, what do you consider a very long time in the shower?
I've been told that I'm actually pretty quick.
Hmm.
I would say when you're coming up on an hour, you're going over an hour. I think that's a pretty long shower.
Yeah, shower. I would agree. Shower is that's a long shower.
Yeah.
Back to some more little research. Urban living. Millennials are known to reside in urban areas where space may be limited. In such cases, having a bathtub may not be practical or feasible, and showers may be more common for, personal hygiene. So Bringing things back to wellness, Ariana, given the fact that, a lot of us do live in the city, right? You're in Chicago, I'm in Chicago, a lot of our listeners are in New York, Los Angeles, all over, really. And we live these fast-paced lifestyles. What are ways do you think that we can kind of create a spa experience when you just might not always have the time?
I mean, I think it starts with simple things.
Okay.
Things that help to relax you, things that tend to ease your stress. I know I have seen on TikTok a lot of people taking bundles of eucalyptus and hanging that from their shower head. I think that's something really simple and cost efficient that will remind you of being in a spa. I love, like I said before, I love the music, so that works with what you do and what we're offering soon, shower steamers with that aromatherapy. I think that will definitely help you to create that spa environment at home. Lighting, got some candles there, or dimmers if you have those in your bathroom, which is amazing. Yeah, lots of little things can add up and create a spa environment.
I agree with you. And I think the heart of what I was getting at, and when I was doing my research, it all came down to time, right? And it came down to kind of our wellness thesis of being more intentional about time, setting boundaries, making sure you have that time to relax. So, do you ever find yourself kind of struggling to just get into that space?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have to be very intentional about my shower if I need it to be like a spa experience. Otherwise, it's very like functional. It's so that I can just clean my body and get out. But I think that speaks to, at least one of those statistics that you shared about the fact that millennials just kind of feel like they don't have the time to have a bath. So they're jumping into the shower for 15, 20 minutes uh, doing the essentials, and then they're jumping back out and getting back to whatever they need to do.
Do you think there's like, I mean, I feel like there's a time and place for everything. And I wonder, is there wrong, is that an issue if you just go in, you jump in, you do what you need to do, and then you're like, okay, I'm done? Or like, do you feel like people need to take a longer time? I know this is such a random, bizarre question, but I feel like why not ask it?
Yeah, it's funny. Well, I mean, in my opinion, I think that if you just want to jump in and out and you just really have to like just wash yourself and move on, I think that's fine. But hopefully, sometimes you take the time to set up a really relaxing experience. Especially if you're not going to take a bath, your shower can still be relaxing as
Mhm.
long as it's intentional.
Okay. Okay. And then like I guess when you decide you want to take some more time and you're like, "Oh, I'm going to take a bath and it's going to be long and luxurious." Like, do you have a process? Do you start to like set the mood? What do you do?
This is so funny. Well, for me, I would go into it knowing that this isn't just going to be a functional shower or bath, that
Hmm.
this is going to be the main reason why I am here doing this is so that I can relax. And so I have that in mind, then that's when I bring in the candles, and that's when I bring in the shower steamers or the bath bombs, and that's when I find my favorite playlist. You gotta check those boxes so that you can get in the mood, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite shower song?
Okay. Um, You know what? I can't say that I have a specific favorite shower song. I
Okay.
will say that when I am relaxing, I feel like other people do this too, but I tend to play the slow jams, the bedroom jams.
Oh, oh.
That's what relaxes me. I'm not in there listening to Enya or anything like that.
You know what? There's some times when I've had to turn on that India Aubrey, and just feel those vibes. Whether
Yeah.
it's a shower, whether it's a bath, to really just experience a little bit of calmness. And I think that kind of leads me to my next point because again, I kept on thinking about you create a spa experience at home, and I think that there's very practical stuff, right? You set the mood, you make sure you have your right ingredients, you shop at mythmagick, you get what you need. But really, it comes down to being intentional about how you set time for yourself and how you set those boundaries. So, I wanted to share a couple tips that I found, and let me know your thoughts.
Okay.
One thing I saw was reflect on your needs. So, really take time to think about what your values are and what your priorities. What is important to you? What are your limits? Understanding your own needs and values will help you kind of identify where you want to go. Be able to clearly communicate that to other people around you. So I know that obviously we have very busy lives. There's work schedules, there's family schedules, there's traveling. But if you need to have your spa experience at home and your spa experience at home may take 5 or 6 hours on a Saturday, it is okay to clearly communicate that, you know?
Hmm.
Um, and I think the last thing that came up was be consistent. It's important that you kind of say, hey, this is what I'm doing, these are my boundaries, and stick to it. And avoid trying to like pressure others if they are setting their boundaries. What are your any thoughts on those tips?
I just love the word boundaries. I feel like
Mm.
boundaries are so important. So that really sticks with me. It's like, whatever you find to be relaxing, whatever helps you clear your mind, you should take note of that over time so that you can rely on those things that make you happy, those things that help you to relieve stress, and you can repeat those activities, right? So you don't really know what relaxes you unless you're self aware and you pay attention. But once you do have that knowledge, I do think it's really important to, like you said, be consistent with what helps you to relieve stress and to set boundaries so that others are aware that, hey, this is what I need to fill my cup. I can't help you if I don't help myself.
100%, 100%. Like make sure you're filling up your cup, you know, and you're able to convey that. I think the last part of what I was also here practice self assertiveness.
Hmm.
Being assertive means expressing your needs. So, again, it's just kind of highlighting what you said. Um, we've gone through a lot here. And anything kind of top of mind for you when it relates to creating a spa experience? We've talked about the mood, we've talked about what it means to millennials. Anything else?
Well, I think that we, we can talk about the fact that a lot of people may not know, like, or have experienced a spa.
Hmm.
So creating that spa environment at home is really powerful for them because it gives them a sense of luxury in their own home, which is great. I think everyone should do what they can to kind of like experience a special environment where you can relax. And so, hey, with the economy the way it is, it's a good idea to kind of get some of these simple items that might help you to foster that environment in your bathroom. I think that's a great idea. I think more people should be doing it. Like I said, it's all over TikTok, those eucalyptus bushes, which I think is so funny. But it is really simple. You can get them for a low price and you hang them from your shower head, and it kind of just invigorates you every time you jump in the shower. Those little touches go a long way.
I think you said a really good point in terms of we are in a very challenging economy, and sometimes it might not be feasible to always be able to say, I'm going to go to, I don't know, what's a really big popular spa? Like, what is it, Brook? I can't remember the name of it. But anyways, I'm not going to go spend $250 so that I can, just sit there, right? And it's great. You got to take care of yourself, but you can bring that to the home, right? You can start by making sure that you have high quality ingredients that feel good on your skin, right? That you feel comfortable sort of moving forward. You feel comfortable taking that time. So it really becomes an issue of time versus money, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because we can always put push things back and say, "Oh, I don't have the money for this. I don't have the money for that." But it's a kind of like it's a mind shift of saying, "Okay, well, if I might have to budget here, then I can do this at home and we'll be fine."
Yeah, there's a lot you can do at home. There is a lot you can do at home. And just thinking about spa experiences that I have had in the past, although they have been wonderful, there are so many things that you can take back. Like, for example, I just got a body scrub. Now, that's something that I can do for myself, but that I actually have not done until I realized, hey, I can go to my nearest superstore and buy some body scrub that smells delicious like vanilla or something, and I could take some time to put it on my body. Afterwards my skin's going to feel so soft, just like it did when I went to the spa, but for like a fraction of the price. So it's just an example of one of the things you can do.
But how, in fact, can you body scrub yourself? I mean, I know that you can do that, but like there's some nooks and crannies that might be a little hard for you to do on your own.
That's hilarious. I don't know if I want to get those sharp pieces in any of my nooks or my crannies.
Oh my. I'm just meaning like all the way, like, when you gotta, when they're in there and they're doing their thing. Okay, okay, maybe that's just me.
I think it's just you.
Okay, 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 okay. What is your best spa experience you've ever had?
Oh goodness. Um, two come to mind, but there have been a few though. I mean, I when I travel, I do enjoy going to the spa, especially if I have traveled a very long distance, like overseas. The plane ride just does a number on my back. And so it is helpful to go somewhere and get a massage. In terms of the best experience for me, I did recently have a great spa experience in Cape Town. I do have to call that out. That's where I experienced that body scrub.
Mm.
And I think secondary to that would be an amazing like foot experience that I had in Thailand. It was an entire treatment just dedicated to the feet. I did do that not procedure. I got that service because I was there on a work trip and I had been on my feet for almost an entire week. So they were really hurting. And it felt so good to just have somebody like scrub, massage, perfumed oils. It was just a very nice experience. So I would definitely put that in my top experiences as well. What about you?
Um, so one time I went to, where did I go? I think I was in Costa Rica. No, 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 I wasn't in Costa Rica. I was in Ecuador. And I went to, oh, okay. I went to a volcano and I was laying in like these medicinal healing waters.
Oh,
And I wonder, when we think about like a spa experience at home, I wonder how I can kind of recreate that, getting like, almost volcanic water. Maybe that's another Myth Magic product idea here. Let us know what you guys think. But there was this volcanic water and it seemed really romantic, right? Like I'm in a volcano, there's hot water. And then I had a massage. I think it was like an hour and a half. It was really nice and I had a lot of steam. So
okay.
I guess it's just kind of like thinking about what those experiences are and how I can have them at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That sounds, what was it, kind of like a jacuzzi, like a natural
Hmm.
jacuzzi? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Any thoughts off the head of like what we could do to make sure our like viewers could maybe have that experience? Like, I don't know, send us some messages of what you guys think. Like,
Yeah. Do any of you have like something weird or quirky that helps to relax you? I know we have some interesting friends who watch a lot of crazy videos on YouTube to help relax, lots of ASMR. But I am curious to see if anyone has any kind of quirky ideas that they can share.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the whole concept between creating a spa experience at home is doing what makes you feel comfortable. So, as quirky, as weird as it is, feel free to be yourself, you know. Drop us some messages. And then if you agree with us whether or not showers are the new bath, give me a thumbs up. I mean, I think it's true. But yeah, so I think I have a couple of closing remarks, and let me go ahead. Doom. And it goes like this. This brings us to the end of this episode. We hope we inspired you to think more about taking the time to create a spa experience at home, right? Setting those boundaries, understanding that, like, hey, if you're not in the space to be able to, like, go to the spa, you can bring the spa to you, right? And as always, thanks for listening to Myth Magic. If you've enjoyed our show, please rate and review us on whatever platform you're listening to right now. And if you're watching, be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.